Do your job.
This video is brought to you by True Honor. GoDaddy.com. Enter code HUB749 for a discount off a domain name.
What's up, people? It's the Yac-man, Ron Yacovetti for Fight Hub TV. An honor for me to be doing this. I'm a Fight Hub fan. Joining me, if you can get him in frame at the same time, Travis Browne. Thanks for taking a moment. We are at Combat Fight League. It's an all-amateur show. First, before we get into anything about you, and we will, I apologize for any intimidation for my height might be causing at this time.
Yeah, I'm a little intimidated right now. You gotta quit looking me in the eye. You know what I mean? Don't look me in the eye. I get a little scared.
Just the fact that he said scared and it was so clear. Talk to us. You're here. We're at an amateur show.
That's Master Lloyd, by the way. That's Master Lloyd scared. You know what I mean? Like Kamara. I'm gonna go for the Kamara. I'm a little scared right now. A little Master Lloyd lingo right there.
We are getting unhooked on phonics. As you speak, possibly hooked on tonics. There is alcohol inside. We're at an amateur show. Your thoughts on the amateur movement in MMA? It's obviously very new. How important do you think it is, and how well do you think it's being executed?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's, you know, CFL's one of the bigger promotions that's putting on the amateur fights. They have like 700, 800, 900 people that are showing up every fight. But the biggest thing is, like, it's like, for compared to like the MLB or NBA, NFL, like right now we have developed an amateur league just like they have like the NBA D League or the farm leagues for the MLB, or like the Europe leagues or arena ball for like football. You know what I mean? So we need something like that. That way we develop these young guys and get them into being a professional at the right time. Because right now, like, you know, for me, for instance, I was a professional for a year. That was all the fight experience I ever had. You know what I mean? So before I got into UFC, I had 10 fights. That's the only kind of combat sport, like, practice, I guess you'd say, that I had before I was jumping into big boys with the UFC. So I think leagues like this, it's important for us professionals to encourage this, to stand behind it, and to also help promote it.
Speaking of standing behind something, not too long ago, your victory over Stefan Struve. Two things. One, how odd was it for you to not just fight but encounter a human being of your height who was also a skilled fighter? And for two, how would you assess your performance in that? Obviously, it was a great victory. Yeah,
it was a great victory. I wouldn't take anything away from that victory, but at the same time, I need to work harder. There's things in that fight that I wasn't happy with. You know, the way I closed distance, the way that I went into that fight trying to pick him apart and trying to look for his openings. Eventually, I found it, obviously, but you know, I think it took too long. So for us, we know what to expect out of me, and I mean like me and my coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. We know what to expect out of me in my future fights. So it's something that's it's really exciting to you know, obviously me as a fighter be a part of, and see how my career is going to take off after this.
Is there an unforeseen to fans downside to that? Obviously the finish, the Superman punch, the power you showed. Is there a downside to that as far as future opponents? Because people in the heavyweight division will look at you and go, yeah, I don't know if I want to risk it. You know what I mean? Is it hard to get fights now after that?
It's not hard to get fights, but what it does is it kind of puts the tape out on me. You know what I mean? Like, you know that I'm going to come straight at you. You know that I'm going to swing for the fences. You know that I'm going to try and knock you out. So that's what everybody's thinking right now. Based on my McSweeney fight, my Congo fight, and my Stefan Struve fight. That's what you see when you watch the tape. But at the same time, it's up to me as the athlete, it's up to me as the fighter to always evolve my game, to get better, to look for takedowns. Like, I mean, against Stefan Struve, I took him down. You know what I mean? So it's different, like, little stuff like that that's gonna keep my future opponents kind of on edge, on their toes, and thinking about what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah, I think they'll always be on edge because the power is something that once you have it, you're not going to lose it. It's the last thing to go in a fighter, even when you're having a difficult fight. So I think they're all going to be on call now. We're going to don't mess with him. Don't stand and bang with the skyscraping guy who knocked down the skyscraper.